This is the simple chandelier necklace, and pretty much you're just taking about 4 inches of, what is that, 10 centimeters? You want 18 gauge. I'm going to use 18 gauge German silver, which is harder. You don't have to use that because you got to. That's a lot harder to maneuver. I would just use some copper-based wire, silver-plated copper, or however you like. But this part is going to be 18 gauge. This part is going to be 20 gauge. And basically, you're just going to take your length of wire. You're going to make a loop, string 2 beads, or 3, however you want to do it. Make a loop, make a slightly bigger loop, make a loop trying to mimic this loop. Add 2 more beads, mirroring those, make a loop. You're done. You're done with the top part. Bottom part is just stack some beads with a loop and a loop. That's it. For all of you who haven't seen other videos, when I make a loop, I take the wire. First, I bend it at a right angle, the opposite way of how I want to roll it. Then I take my round nose pliers and I roll it back into the loop. And that way you get this really nice loop that looks like this. If you don't do it that way, if you just roll it straight into a loop, your loop is going to look like that. See the difference? And again, you want to, I'm just showing you where it comes together, but you want to make it like tight so there's no separation for anything to fall out. Anyway, let's begin. I played around with a lot of different patterns, but this is the one I came up with. I really like the mixture of purple, green, and blue, and so we have 6mm amethyst, 8mm jade. Here's the same amethyst, 6mm, and then we have 4mm lapis lazuli, which could also be sodalite. Those two are like so, they're both like a marbled blue. But in any case, I took 6 inches just to be on the safe side because I always end up not taking enough. So let's see if this works. We're gonna make our loop a little less than a centimeter, or like half an inch. Fold it right angle like this. Camera, you want to show them? Not today. Okay. And then roll it back the opposite way with your round nose pliers to get that cute little loop. And let's start stacking them. So we're going to start this guy. Get in there. Should have tested these holes first to make sure all the beads fit. What? How does this one not fit? These are always... All right, let's pause for 1 second for station identification. You have been watching Matt's Crazy Art, to be found also on Instagram under Matt's Crazy Art, all one word, or Facebook, facebook.com/macrazart. Cut off some of the letters there. Like this. Isn't that clever? Anyway, back to our regular scheduled program. I think I found an amethyst that will fit, hopefully now. Let's see. Is that this? Okay, good. All right, amethyst is on. Let's try the jade. Jade is good. Jade is go. Now, we're going to make a loop. Now, I don't know if there's any way to template this so it's a perfect, but I just eyeball it. So I'm just making my loop. Oh yeah, let's use a round nose because this what's it called? German silver is hard and it doesn't like to do nice smooth things unless you force it to. So here's my first loop. It's about the size of a 4mm bead, right? And then my second loop is going to come down bigger. And this is just a matter of practice, you know. Just keep trying. You'll get it. I believe in you. And then my last loop, I'm going to try to make the same as the... Now you can use your round nose or you can use your fingers, whatever you feel more comfortable with as you're working. This is trial and error. If you feel like it's too big or too small, you can usually roll it back out and try again. See, I'm rolling it carefully, trying to make it match the last one, but at the same time, I think it came out a little bit. There we go. I think that's close. All right, ready for the last 2 beads, end beads. There's our jade again and our amethyst. And then we want to bend this right angle against the bead, cut off just enough to make the loop, which is again like a little less than a centimeter or half an inch. And rolling that in there. Bam. Okay, so we got this part pretty good. Now we just want to bend it carefully into like a crescent. Just bending it where the beads are. Like a little smiley face. A little smiley face with 3 teeth. Kind of play with it till you get it just the way you want. And voila. Make sure it's nice and flat. Now let's do these parts. We got our 20 gauge silver for that. And again, you can just do the loop in the loop, or you can do the thing where you thread the wire around and around each bead in a diagonal. I think I'll do both. I'll do the loop in the loop for the sides, and the big one, I'll do the threading around. So you guys get to see both. You can do all this in one piece of wire and keep cutting it off, or you can cut a separate piece each time. This is about 2 inches here, 4 centimeters. I have all these international people here. It's so fun that I have to keep translating into metric. I love it. I love it. It keeps my brain smart with the mathematicianism. So again, make your little loop here. Roll it backwards. Make it tight. Press the beads up against it. Make another right angle. Cut off just enough for the loop. Roll it backwards. Make it tight. Make sure it's tight enough that the beads are not sliding up and down. If they are, cut off more wire, make it tighter, make your loop again. There's one. Bam. All right, let's do these bigger ones. 6mm amethyst, the 8mm jade, another 6mm amethyst. This one, we're going to make our loop same way. I'm using 20 gauge. Oh, I was using 20 gauge before. Yes, you know that. Okay. Push them up against the loop. And this time, don't cut the other end. Hold the round nose pliers, roll it, roll your loop like this, and then hold it in place. Now we're going to just take it and follow the smoothness as the wire wants to move around it. Diagonal around into the crevice of the stone. Diagonal around into the crevice of the bead. Diagonal around and around the last loop. And then we get that beautiful, pretty little diagonal swirl. Cut it just enough to tuck in that sharp end. Oh, I haven't even picked up my regular needle nose pliers this whole time. See, that's too much. Let's cut off the tiniest bit more. Just want enough to just tuck it right in like that. And straighten these out. And then you can play with them. I did pretty good on the first shot there, but if you want, you can play with them. You can take your fingernail or your tool and you just kind of make them all face forward the way you want. And voila, there we have it. Now you can open up the loops and just connect them right to these loops if you want. Or you can use a jump ring to attach them, whatever you think is easier for you. I think I'm just gonna, let's see, how close are they gonna hang? I think I'm going to use a jump ring. This gives them a little tiny bit more of a dangle and lets them hang down a little bit lower. Let's see. I don't have any little jump rings. I should have some little. Yeah, I have some. They're mixed. I hate when they mix them up when you buy them and you got to unmix them. But there we go. Here's some little ones in here. Let's get the little ones out. There we go. Little ones can be really frustrating when you're first opening and closing jump rings. Maybe if you're a girl with small fingers, it won't be too hard. But if you're a guy with big, chunky, fat fingers, it takes a little bit getting used to, but you'll get it. I believe in you. Voila. Now, if I were you, I would get you a chain that has pretty wide links, because you want to be able to clasp it to any length to make it adjustable, because this spreads out the nicest when it's up pretty high like a choker, but that way you can adjust it to exactly how you want it to hang on your person or yourself. So we're just going to cut obviously half a length of chain for each side, 2 more jump rings, and let's see how this works. See, the more you can get it to hang like this instead of like this, the cuter it's going to look. Now you can add some extra firm pieces, like you can even take pieces more of these beads and you can stretch them out like that, and that'll help add to the effect of the necklace stretching out more instead of just hanging straight like that. But that's up to you. Let's see how this looks. One more quick word. Another way to modify it is obviously you could add 5 loops, 7. You could have more little dangly. You could have tiny little ones coming down to bigger and bigger. However you want to do it, there's really no limit. You can make just this one piece come out much wider with more beads here. This is just a template to show you how easy it is. But you guys, go use your creative juices and, have as much fun as you want and you need.